And so I'd like to say welcome to a fresh edition of the program, The Bottom Line Liberia. This program comes to you every Tuesday and Friday of the week, and we do discuss issues about Liberia and Liberians. We also discuss politics, we discuss human interest stories, as well as health issues on the bottom line Liberia. And we give our analysis of whatever we discuss. Our opinions may not be right, they are not wrong either. And so let us say welcome to you. My name is Linford Egon Goe. I come to you from Studio One in Norway. And pretty soon my colleagues will be joining me from the UK and Sweden. And of course, together we will be bringing you information that you deserve. And tonight, by the way, we're going to have a guest on the program. And as soon as our guest is ready, we're going to bring him on. But of course, as usual, we're going to do a review of some of the major stories making headlines in the newspapers in Monrovia or Liberia for that matter. And so we say welcome. Take your seat, invite a friend, and be a part of this program as we take you through. But first, we're going to take a musical break. And during the musical break, we urge you to be able to, settle down, maybe have a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you can handle, and sit down for the next 2 hours and keep yourself glued to your device.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not come up. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach, indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we both tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
Well, that's a story that we usually hear. They lied to us, they deceived us, and they did all of the bad things to us in the past. But again, we re-elect them, and then we sit and cry. So who to blame? Ourselves. But let me say welcome to my colleague Paul, the Lord Children there in the UK. Paul, how are you doing?
Well, good good evening, Linford. Good evening to our audience. I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm under the weather too. We thought we were done with this thing, but then um, yesterday and today we had 2.5 meters of snow, almost 3 meters of snow. So it's crazy. I mean, at this time of the year. So, but I'm doing fine. So intermittently you're gonna see me clearing my throat because I'm under the weather and nothing I can do about that. So that's it. But Paul, tonight we're going to have a guest, as you know, and so it's going to be interesting to make the discussions very, very interesting. And so we ask our viewers to join us. But let me see if we can bring on um, um, Mr. Francis Mensah from Sweden, and we see our guest is nearby, Mr. Oh no, it's our guest is in the back. Actually, he's not yet on. Probably will bring him on, but let's bring on Mr. Mensah, and then later we'll be bringing on Guy Tome from Germany. You know, this is a European platform, so we scatter all over the place. Almost all the major countries in Europe are represented. We got Germany, we got Sweden, we got England, the Great Britain, and the friend of the king, right, King Charles. And then we got Germany represented. So, Francis, welcome.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
How you guys doing, Paul and the Lord Paul? To play, and I mean they grew up quite to play. The man is to play.
Yeah, play. Yeah, Paul, is that your name?
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
Then you want English need to play. I mean, to play.
Well, the man is a friend of the king, right? So
Yeah.
that's what
I know. Yeah, but anyway, I mean that's been it seemed the weather, man, it's caught up by surprise. When it was snowing. I mean,
you see it. It's crazy, when we thought everything was done, then all of a sudden. Yeah, but let's welcome from Germany, the German people representative here, Augustus Gad Tune, made a whole CEO. Welcome, CEO.
Yeah, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord Linford.
No, me.
And also, I saw Lord
I'm a
Cholo
Viking.
play. I thought you one of the lords also.
No, I'm a Viking.
Okay, it's the Vikings. Okay, thank you. And
Yes,
like you said,
and
this
viewers,
is
that's what we do here. We got to spice it up a little bit. See, if you see Guy Tumis name down there, it says he's a CEO of Spice It Up. It's another program that he does. It's called Spice It Up. So we spice the whole program up
definitely.
with some fun and stuff like that. So, uh, you know, They say all men. People have been accusing men of running the whole world. They say that men's world, but then we try to balance it, gender balance. Even though we are four men here with one lady, but it's balanced. So let's welcome our only sister, Madam Lucretia Nelson. She's also in the UK. Madam Nelson, welcome to the Bottom Line
Thank
Live.
you, thank you, thank you. Good evening, everyone. And nice to be with you guys again. I've been very busy with work, so my apologies.
Okay, we accept that. I think the only people who gotta apologize to that are our viewers. But
Yep.
let's see if we can start the show now rolling. Then we'll bring on our guest later on. I see that he's in the Bible. I don't know how ready is he. If he's listening to us, I think he knows that we are waiting for him. But guys, today is the 5th of April. Meaning this government has gone. We setting, we look at their own target. They said 100 days, 100 days, and then 100 days will be like 3 months and 10 days. I mean, if we take all of the months for 30 days, right? But this one I got 31 days, then it will be around 3 months, 8 days, or 9 or 7 days. So today is the 5th of April, and this government should be looking at something like 25 more days at most to do something. And as it stands, how can we? I mean, I'm not asking that we'll create a government 100%, but how can we describe in our own words that, and that's what we'll do here, our opinions, right? So how can we describe in our own words the performance of the government so far, with just 25 more days to go to make up the 100 days? Let's start with Francis, if you don't mind.
Well, I mean, I always been the first to comment on UP's activity, especially, and the government. But the poor joke aside, though, it'll be a tough thing to grade the government. Looking at the performance, though, performance wise, he has not gotten on the ground running yet. They're still making some appointments. We heard that in the news and media that the setting the agreements were made that will enhance the 100 days projects, like I call agreements were made in terms of road construction and whatever it is, but I've not seen anything tangible yet. So from afar, from Europe, that would be my assessment for the government so far. I don't know what in terms of salary arrears, how many jobs they have created so far, and so forth. So we'll wait and see. I think for me, I will give you another probably 20 days to see where it lands.
Okay, let's hear from Paul, and then we'll go to Madame Lucretia, and then to God to me. Paul, the government, they got 25 more days, so to speak. And we can say they've gone 75 more days. I mean, they've gone 75 days already, and they got 25 more days. So tell me, in your own world, you don't have to be, you're not right, you're not wrong, but just your own assessment. Is the government on course? Is everything okay?
I'd agree. Everything is okay. This is what we voted for. We agreed. River G County, I got a lot of information that cars are still stuck in mud. So we got 25 more days, and I hope that at 25 more days, when I get to Liberia, I'll be able to drive through. Yes, the government is still appointing people, so everything cannot be okay. That is the fact. They appoint, they withdraw, they appoint, they withdraw. So will you expect everything to be okay? No. That's
Okay.
that's the fact. So it is where it is. So we agree that It is Liberia.
Okay. Let's hear from Madam Lucretia Nelson. Women always look at things from probably different perspectives with some good ideas. So let's hear from her. I mean, 75 days down, 25 to go. If you put on a balance, you will find that yeah, not much time left. But what do you think? Oh, you are muted. Oh, mute yourself.
From my own observations, I think the government is not yet up and running because when you look around, they haven't yet employed everyone. They haven't even started with ambassadors and things. So with the 100 days, I think they're way behind. And according to President Boyka's speech when he was running, he said within 100 days, all the roads in Liberia will be paved, and which was not possible. We all knew that. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen anything tangible yet to see what they've been doing. So I think maybe we give you another 3 or 4 more months from now, and hopefully the government will be well organized and running. Because as it stands now, he continued to employ people and record them. So that's what we're seeing. So the government still not settled yet, and more to be done. So from what I can see, and they all like had to scatter and things. So I think they just need to get a grip and see how best they can be able to form the government and reorganize themselves and see how best in the next couple of months to see make sure that the government is fully in operation to start running.
Okay, God, let's hear from you.
Well, I don't know whether you expect me as a Liberian to be any different from what my colleagues here have said, because a government inserted in 90 days that has given us campaign promises, and that in 100 days they will have done XYZ and has failed to do some of those things or even up to 25% of those things. So I can't say much different from what all of the people here are saying, but all I can add to is the hopes that all of us are having now to say, okay, let's wait for maybe another 30 days or another 25 more days, or maybe probably another 100 days. And then we can see what Omen Burka can come up with, because campaign promises should not be the things that people can rely on to say, okay, in the government first 100 days or 200 days, they will achieve those things. So the first and foremost things the government will be looking at, or the president will be looking at, will be employment. And I think they are moving in that direction. But yeah, it's kind of frustrating for me. It is frustrating the kind of way they're doing employment is frustrating, because somebody sits somewhere in one office can just take somebody's name for employment, and the president is saying no to that, and the other person is saying no, I must be routine. And those things are frustrating for the kind of caliber of person he is, and with the expertise our people expect him to come with. So we are hopeful for the next 25 to 30 days to see more changes. That's all I can say.
Okay, great guys. I mean, every one of you made a very good point, and you couldn't have said it better than what you said. But I will give my own candid opinion about the whole stuff. But let me just welcome a couple of people. Ambassador Angeline King, Keita Clara Mwanjiwi, Simeon Joe, Diamond Sweet Kula Harris, and Daniel Ta George. Those are the few names that I can see now, and also from my own board, I can see Unique Brian, Unique, also Romeo Adolphus Brown, that's Pastor Brown, and Douglas Yekendi Pelo, Nyekendo Pelo. Douglas is a very, very strong supporter of the Unity Party. I hope he could make some comments and tell us where the government is. But talking about the performance of the government, I personally believe that it is not done well. In as much as we expected that the 100 days will not be completely what they promised it to be, but we if we were to grade it, we would have thought that it would be at least 60-70%. But as it stands, I think it is flat, because in order for our government to perform, or that's why it's a system. A government is like a system. That's why you got ministries, you got agencies, you got corporations and whatever. They all will function as a system to make the things happen. So in your first 75 days out of 100 days, if you are still making appointments and withdrawing some of the people who you appointed weeks ago, they were confirmed, and you withdraw them, and no reason given. So far, I've not seen any reason, because during the recent withdrawal, at least one of them is my personal friend and former workmate, who was appointed as Deputy Director General for Public Affairs, I think, or something like that, at the Liberia Broadcasting, or the Minister of Information, that is, and he was withdrawn, and for no reason. But again, the president has the power to appoint and to dismiss. But I think all of these things will tend to set back the progress. If you guys can remember a few days ago on this program, I also said something that the way the government is starting, especially with things like the asset recovery and all these things, they will pay attention on trivial things, and at the end of the day, things that they should have done, within a specified time, will be late for them to achieve. But like you guys said, we wait to see the government. This is the Liberian thing. We always say it stays soon yet. Now wait to see. When other countries, their president will get inaugurated today and things start happening, but only in Liberia, we always say, "Oh, your way, the baby was just born, the baby need to walk, the baby need to sit down, and blah blah blah." So we gotta wait and let's give them the benefit of the doubt. We heard these things during the real time, and we know exactly how it ended up. And so that's it. But there is, talking about the government, talking about the government not running, hitting the ground running. There is this story from the Daily Observer. I just want to pull it out, and then we can give our opinion on it. Then after we try to see if we can bring in our guests. Now, this is the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. That's Mr. Amin Moda. Now, he had threatened or vowed to resign his post as Minister of Commerce if he is not supported by the government, that is the executive, and he specifically said the executive and the legislature. If he doesn't receive maximum support from them, he will resign. So, talking about a government that has given itself 100 days ultimatum to start performing, and as early as 75 days within the first 100 days, a minister within our government, key minister, remember that the Commerce Ministry has a lot of things to regulate. They will regulate the trade, import and export, and so many other things. And this minister is threatening to resign if he doesn't receive support. So, guys, what do you think? Is there anything happening? Anything sinister happening that we do know? Is he being overlooked, or not getting the kind of support he thinks he needs to get to work? Something's wrong. I mean, in one word, 2 words, you guys can comment, and then we can move on.
But Linford, this story, you need to read the whole story, because I just hearing this and I haven't read it, so I wouldn't have any much to say on
Okay,
it.
I read the story, right?
Right.
I read the story. He is saying that he needs support, full support from the government That is the executive and the legislature. But the question here is, in the story, it's not really specified what is that financial support, but it's there. He said you need that support.
I
Well,
think
well,
he's I think he's talking about the resources for him to be able to to help small businesses for Liberia, because he said the budget for his department is very small. Because at the end of the day, you do need resources to be able to ensure you doing the job you employed to do. So if your ministry is underfunded and what you meant to do, and the money that has been allocated, if it is not enough, that means you will be able to do what you meant to do. Because
Mhm.
I think he want to be creative to try to see how he can be able to generate money for the government by getting himself involved in all of the projects and things that will help the country to raise money. But looking at the budget that has been set up, he's saying that it is not enough. And if the government, how you got the government and the executive cannot support him, that means he will resign, because he not there to get salary. He want to have an impact on his department, because he know that his department is very key to the country, and to be able to help to grow, to bring development into the country. So if his hands is tied and what he wants to do, and if he cannot do it, that means there's no point of him being a minister, because when you go to work, you go in there to do your job. And if it requires for you to have those resources to permit you to do your job, you should be able to do it. So I think that's where he having this problem now, that things he will want to do, but it looks like he's going to be constrained in exercising this thing and being creative to be able to ensure that the government should raise some extra funds for the government as well. So that's my
Okay.
take on that.
Okay. Let's hear. I was from UP man. I mean, he's not UP man, but he usually, yeah. Francis,
yeah.
I don't want to talk for you. I know
I
that
would take that. I would take that glory. I would take that heart. I will wear it proudly. But the thing is, I think since I did not read the entire story, I don't know from which context the newspaper drew its headlines from, but I think it's sensational. Probably he was particularly referring to probably to a particular work procedure, probably in terms of
by the way,
enforcement.
he made a statement on a local radio station, though. The newspaper only carry, but he made it on a local radio
Yeah, but
station.
yeah, I mean, it could say be misinterpreted. Context, journalism. People could inflame it. I mean, it's just make it sensational just because they're just to grab attention, view, or readership. So I think, I mean, he might be thinking for that ministry it's very important, especially when it comes to the economy of the country, in terms of trade and commerce and what have you. So he has
Yeah,
a lot of businesses that when these people have to deal with. Probably you're talking about the hands that tied. He doesn't have to support because he need that ministry. He need to be forceful. He need to enforce a lot of liberalization laws.
yeah.
I think so. That I
To
think
be able to
I think
exercise, yeah.
yeah. So I think that's the backdrop for where he was coming from.
Mhm.
But I think, I mean, that's the headline is premature. I think it's sensational.
Okay,
So
God.
I don't want to delve into it.
Yeah, so the thing, Linford, the thing here is that the Commerce Ministry is one of Liberia's, our government, one of its integral arms.
Mhm.
And if the Commerce Minister, I'm looking at it from a contextual aspect. I will not speak on it much because I've not read the article as well. I've not even listened to the recording. But from a professional standpoint, I think Minister and Chairman, yeah, those that still regard him, I'm one person who regard him as well. I think Chairman Modad is right to say if he's not supported, he will resign. That's the utmost thing to do. That is totally professional because he's come under oath. He's come to government with his own expertise, and he promised the people that he wants to make change. He has to deliver. So if for him to deliver, he's not the government. He's just an
Mhm.
arm. One portion. Like you have a subset of the entire whole. So if you're not supporting him, he can function. But to say we can speak on what actually he meant, what the context are or was, I really can go into detail to that because it could be, like Francis said, it could be for a spicy hairline to be sold. It could be for some journalists to have people following his program, his show, or so forth or so. So, but from a professional standpoint, the chairman is sending out a message to the executive, and I think they should listen. But also, I want to also caution him that the government is new. They started 4 or 5 days after they were government. They started with you left 40 there. I didn't see 40 there. So that you left 40 there, didn't see 40 there. Obviously, you should expect all of these things to happen. There will be more of these kind of threatening resignation and other things coming up because other people want to work. Like most of the young guys that are coming on from Unity Party government, some of them are professional people. So we can already start having bad eyes on them when they've not even worked. So Chairman Moda wants to work, let him be supported. But also I want to caution him that the support he wants is a gradual process. He has to bear that in mind.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah,
Linford, let me jump in here.
yeah.
The reason why I asked whether you read the article, you say yes. This government came to rescue the country. They knew that the country has collapsed. There's a
Mhm.
big volcano that came to Liberia that collapsed the country. So if Abdul Munda is asking for support, it is laughable because they all knew that things were so bad and they were coming, they were prepared to rescue. So why now? If you prepare to rescue something, these are the challenges you face. And he was a party chairman. Remember, they
Mhm.
were pushing the thing. So I wouldn't buy into that. They came to rescue the country. They will know everything damaged, everything collapsed. So nobody should cry wolf here.
Well, I think every one of you has said it rightly. This is what the whole show here is about: our views and our opinions on the issues. But I will look at it also to support some of the things that you guys said. I think when we talk about support, it may not only be, the financial aspect. I mean, aspect that I want a huge budget or stuff like that. The guy said the commerce ministry is an integral part of the entire government. This is the ministry that regulates, trade and whatever, you know. So uh, I'll guess if you listen to what we're just about to bring it on, so you can, okay, yeah, we're just about to bring it on. Let me see. Let me see if I can add in. But so I think Minister Moda should be his no more chairman. But once a chairman, always a chairman though. Somebody else got that job now, so let us not give
Mhm.
it to Amin Moda. So like I was saying, um he should be supported in all aspects, whether it's the financial side, whether it's security, whether it's that if there will be any problem with the commerce ministry and some businesses, and our government will support, government will give the necessary support in whatever way they can support him to succeed. But let's say welcome to our guest. I find it difficult to pronounce the last name. I've been fighting with whether it's Wade or Wade or what. So I will
Wait.
ask him to introduce himself and what he's doing, or what he's been doing before and what he's doing presently, and then we can get our conversation rolling because time is against us. Yeah, so Mr. Adolphus, I will call your name, Mr. Adolphus Wade. If I'm not right, please let us know the right way to pronounce it. Uh, do you hear us? Okay, Mr. guess I think probably you need to work on your sound. If you look at your device, probably you need to join with audio. But this is Liberia. He's in Liberia, and he's going through the usual thing that happens to people from Liberia when they use the social media. Oh, do you hear us?
Probably in Jacksonville,
But Jacksonville,
Florida.
the Liberia,
In Florida. Apologize.
Florida,
Miami.
man. No, Florida got a lot of rain. Jacksonville, especially, got a lot of wind.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think we hear you now. Do you hear us?
The
Probably he needs
internet.
to go out.
Your network. Maybe you go out, come back.
Okay, I think you can just log off and then come back on again,
So
and then you
I
will.
can hear you guys, but I don't know if okay, great. But I don't know if you guys like I'm on now. So yeah,
Mm.
I didn't follow most of the conversation. You started I called most of it in the middle.
No. Actually, this is what we do here. Usually, even if we have a guest, we give the guest ample time to settle in studio. And so, while the guest is trying to settle, then we do our review of the major newspapers. Some of the major stories. That's what we've been doing. Just do all you can do to make sure that your system is functioning. So that wasn't something that you should have been a part of. Actually, it's just among us, the panel. Yeah.
Let me try to help a bit. Mr. Wade, you could just
Yep.
move around a
Come
little
with
bit
Ryan
in the house.
is
You could move around a little bit in the house. You will find somewhere there you should have a better reception. Then you can use that place for the show.
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Guys.
That's Liberia.
Okay, why he's still struggling, it's not his fault. It's the country that we
Okay,
have.
let me change.
It's
I'm
the system that we're talking about.
just on 18th Street. I didn't go. I'm just on 18th Street, so I'm not in that area. But however, I'll check. I'll try to switch around.
I think where he is better.
Yeah,
Are you
your
okay
audio
from
is
here?
good.
Can you get me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your audio is good. So probably forget it. The
Can you hear
video,
me?
the audio is
Can you guys?
yeah, we hear
Yeah.
you
Much
now.
better? No?
Much
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 better.
better.
I'm using a mobile phone. Is it better on the
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Wade, I will ask you
computer?
to do one thing. You probably could forget about the video and just talk to
No, but
us
I
on
think
the
it's
audio.
okay.
No, it's okay. Now it's okay, Linford.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
You better now, Mr.
Yeah.
Wade.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Can
Yeah,
you hear
okay.
us?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Great. Okay. So as I said earlier, I joined the conversation in the middle. I was saying about some of your points that you've been discussing.
Yeah, but okay, and I also said that what we were discussing were not something that we expected you to kind of participate in. If you wanted to, you could. But
So video.
yeah,
Lucky.
well, viewers, we very very
Camera,
sorry
okay.
that this is.
Camera. Oh, I see myself twice on the video. You can see myself on two screens on the video. So
No, Mr.
Okay.
Wade, it's normal for you to see yourself on both of them. One of them is the studio's view.
so you remove one.
Yeah, but
Mr. Wade, it's also normal for you to see two
Okay,
views.
okay. Now try that
One will
one.
drop beneath.
Okay, great. Yes.
but you hear us, right?
Okay, great. So I can hear you guys now. Much better, yes.
Okay, so what I will ask you to do is to tell us what you've been doing before and what you're doing now, and then we can start a conversation from there.
Okay. Well, my life. Okay, my professional life spans from working for the United Nations as a human rights officer. Uh, 2007, 2009, I was a human rights officer for the United Nations, and I worked for USAID as a Democrat, as a civil affairs officer, and then I joined them international uh, as one of the ambassadors, on conflict mitigation and stabilization initiative, working for the UN. And I came back home. I worked as commissioner of human rights from 2015 to 2020. Now I'm in my practice. I'm a lawyer. I'm doing private practice. So that's about me.
Great. So, guys, now we know who we're dealing with. We know his area of specialty, and so we know how to start our conversation. The only lady among us, we will want to give you that opportunity to engage Mr. Wade, our guest, and asking any question on your mind.
Good
I feel more
evening.
comfortable being addressed at Tony.
Pardon?
I feel
Okay.
more comfortable being addressed as Tony.
Okay, Anthony Wade. Sorry, we do that.
Okay. Good evening, Anthony. This is Lucretia Nelson speaking. And my question to you is because I learned
I
that
appreciate it.
you're a human rights lawyer, and you've been working with the UN.
I didn't say I'm a human rights.
You work as a human rights activist. Is that right?
I work as a human rights officer for the United Nations,
Okay, human rights
and I
officer.
also work
All
as
right
a
then.
commissioner of human at the Independent National Human Rights Commission in Liberia.
Okay. Thanks for the correction. So at this current time now, are you based in Liberia or where are you now?
Yeah, I've been in Liberia since 2013.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay, my question to you is
so I've been here.
my question to you is with all the abuses that have been happening in Liberia around children, vulnerable people, what have your role been to try to safeguard some of our vulnerable people within our community? What have you done?
Well, I think the question is a bit broad, but I'll try my best to address it. And when, depending in which role I'm playing, when I report, for instance, when I work for the United Nations uh, as a human rights officer, my role was that was during the transition. So protecting children and women, I was basically helping women and children associated with the fighting forces, child combatant. Yeah, I'm on an interview. Sorry. Yeah, I'm on an interview, so you can engage. Wait, bring what you want to do. On an interview. So my role was assisting children and women associated with the fighting forces to get reintegrated in community. And I'm proud that we supported a lot of children. Find some of them. We get them some skills through other agencies that were working like UNICEF, and some women also getting them detraumatized and giving them some social psychosocial support, linking them with some organization that providing them that psychosocial support. Then serving as a commissioner of human rights, our role was to advise the government to respect human rights standards. That was our role then, and we did our role. Say, stay in that role for like 5 years as a commissioner of human rights. And of course, Liberia had a lot of challenges, and you talk about most of the things that on children, that we don't have a good safety system for children here.
Okay. And can I just ask one more last question? And at this current time, do you work in partnership with the gender ministry?
I'm not sure if he's still with us. He's still connected, though, but probably there could
Mhm.
be a delay and whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
Uh,
Hello? Yeah, I think
probably
so.
probably he's receiving some calls, because normally people on and then other people calling them. But
Yeah, that, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
local calls always interrupting.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we heard
If he
his
comes
Can you hear
back,
me?
then I'll ask him that question,
yeah,
whether
yeah,
he.
we hear you, sir.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right,
Yeah.
I was asking
No, no,
you whether you work
no.
in
I can hear
partnership
you. I
with.
can hear you.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
Do you work in partnership with
Mhm.
the gender ministry?
Well, my work now is I am doing private law practice.
Okay,
I'm not doing NGO work with. Well, I did some work for the Ministry of. I did some work not some years ago, 2021. I was involved. I was engaged in the consultancy, which involved the Ministry of Gender,
mm-hmm.
Ministry of Education, Ministry of Justice,
Mm-hmm.
and about drafting the consultancy in 2021.
Okay,
So I had engagement with the Minister of Gender, Minister of Education, Minister of Justice, Law Reform Commission, and several other
okay. Thank you. Me give
organizations.
others, then I will make a
Uh,
follow up on that
I have
later. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Linford,
I have
is it
engagement
possible
with
to
them.
call the Anthony to talk to him via WhatsApp so we can hear it because they keep breaking out in between?
Okay. Anthony, wait. We're trying to find solution to the distortion in
Lucretia, if you are
the.
saying something, I'm not hearing anything you are saying.
Yeah. I'm saying, is it possible that I call you via WhatsApp, and instead of doing I can call you via WhatsApp and we can do the conversation from there.
And the network back.
My line is off.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm saying if it is possible or good for you, I can call you via WhatsApp and then we can continue the conversation from there.
No,
I,
it's a network in Liberia, so we have to
yeah,
understand that. Yeah.
yeah. But I will text him and then he will probably read a message. I don't know if he will. But guys, this is why it is. Let me see. Let me try to get him on WhatsApp and then probably we can move on. But guys, while I'm trying to get in contact with the attorney, I want you guys to look at some of what have been happening in Liberia, human rights abuses and stuff like that. So you can discuss it among yourselves while I'm trying to get with him in the back so that he and I can settle something.
Well, anyway, to our viewers on the Bottomland, we'll say welcome to the Bottomland discussion. With the internet situation, our guest is having problem to talk, so we'll see if we can get him for our WhatsApp. But having said that, I just wanted us to chime in something that is happening recently in West Africa. The Senegal had their new president, and this president, something called my eye the other day. We discussed it here, but it was a little funny. The president with two wives, one is Christian, one is Muslim. He has set a new record. I think he'll be the first going to the Guinness Book of Record. And since we have our only sister on the show here, I'll try to this. It was kind of funny because it's never heard.
Say,
We've never
say
heard
that
this.
again. Say that again.
The president of Senegal, the newly elected president of Senegal, they had a operation where he marched in with his two wives. One is Christian, one is Muslim. And this is the new record that this guy has set in the world. So I don't know what you guys think because Africa is taking another dimension seriously. So Lucretia, I know you heard about the Senegali president. What your take on this?
No, the first thing I want to know if he's a Muslim, how you call it. If he is a Muslim, it's nothing that is new because Muslims are allowed to marry up to I think 5 wives. But if he is a Christian and being a leader for the country, then again, maybe the constitution allowed him to do that. Whereas with our constitution, Liberia, nope. The president, you can have your concubines or your mistresses or how many of them is up to you, but you only have to have one wife. But if it is the culture and in the constitution, it's fine by me. But if it is not, then it is an issue.
So, Lucretia, why only the president should be allowed to have his mistresses and his concubines?
No, because our Liberian men, whether you like it or not, Liberian men are cheaters. Liberian woman.
Oh my God! Oh
This is
my
not about
God!
Liberian men. The guy has set new record in the world.
Not new record
The
because Liberian
continent.
men. That's why I can.
Yeah.
You would have wife. You will worry about why your husband you'll die before your time. Because for me,
Francis, we honor attack,
I
mama.
want to know. But don't forget in my
Yeah, man.
that's why I'm going to check behind. I'm going to do anything. When you forget my face, I mean you don't want me. Simple as that. That's my policy. What it is, and that's why I stay happily married. But with this guy, if he is a Muslim is entitled to marry up to 5 wives. And if it is in the constitution, and if the country is a Muslim country, it's cool with them. They got issue with them. But with places like Liberia, you can't even try it because it will not work. Liberia will be when I take it.
But Liberians will have Muslims. So if you have a Muslim president that brought 5 wives,
if you get Muslim president in our country today, you live by our constitution. Our constitution say 1, and you live by it.
which
I mean,
part of the constitution?
I have a question. Francis, I'll give you the flow quick. Let me just ask this question. Lord Chorople. So, who now will be referred to as the first lady, or will they say first ladies?
The first one he married.
That's why I said this is the new record the guy have set. So when he go into the UN on day 1, he may carry Mrs. First Lady 1. Then when he traveling to AU for some country, First Lady number 2. So or he travel with both of them. So there's a new record that the guy has set.
And don't forget, there's a possibility for the men to increase the numbers as well.
Switzerland, the king that God, how many wives he married to?
No, for him, every year he pick new women. So that's their culture. He get about 25 now. I think the number
Maybe that this guy culture to marry to He two beautiful women with no problem. Both of them, they both of them accepted. They both of them are happy. So
Exactly. So
it's
the
their
day we have
culture.
a
If it is their
Muslim
culture, no
president, we
problem.
should.
If it is my culture, no problem. But it's not my culture. So for me, I here, no. That's a no
So,
go.
but you will accept that the day we have a Muslim president because it's in their religion, then we should
No,
accept it that he
no,
come in with 70 women. Just
no. Liberia was built on Christian principles, and they have to respect that. No, one, you
I
stick to
mean
one.
that's the issue of debate because before the Christians came, before they brought the Bible, they were indigenous people were Parisian. We're not pagan, but I mean we're traditionalists
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we
Our
have
traditional people, we knew that our tradition, oh man, the papa, the barito, that they 2, 3 wives and things.
so yeah,
Because
I mean
like I said, when I educated, but as our people started getting educated, even now the tradition women, there's someone even one else want to have
yeah, but
another
our
wife.
the tradition still remains. I mean, you educated or not, the tradition still remains. So I
So
mean,
who come and do tradition, be to Liberia, but let's find somewhere
In
to sit
fact,
on the rest.
Francis, to just support you, our guest is one person who is schooled in that area. He will tell you what the law accepts and what the law do not accept.
Okay, guys.
Just the
Let me
other
jump.
day here,
Nobody
I
will
had
preach.
Let
Nobody
me
will
jump in
preach
quick. Let me
about
jump in
human
quick.
rights.
the guest is on. The guest is on.
Sorry. Let me jump in quick. This thing we discuss it from now until tomorrow morning. The women will not agree. Some men too will not
No,
agree.
we not agree.
Everybody have mixed feeling. But our guest is on the line. We're going to continue the conversation via WhatsApp. So I'll put the phone on speaker, and I guess he's hearing us now. Mr. No, Anthony Wade, are you still there?
Okay, whichever. Okay. Let me restrict how you call me. Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Let me restrict
okay.
how you call me, how you address me.
Yeah, okay. Oh well,
Yeah,
our guess is bad. At least we can hear you now on the phone. So yeah. So who wants to take the bull by the horn next?
Yeah. Let me just Charmy. Hi.
He's not looking at you, so you have to call your name and
Anthony Wade, Adolphus Wade. This is Francis Menza from Stockholm, Sweden. I'm a guest panelist. I'm a guest panelist on the show.
Good to meet you.
It's a pleasure, sir. I want to know. I want to have your honest or view on the entire human rights commission, its operations from let's say from 2015 up to this point. What were some of the what were the challenges and what some of the inroads have been made over the years? From 2015 to now, especially when it comes to governance and the respect of rule of law in Liberia.
Well, all right. Let me say something. Me, I like to be very blunt with issues, right? The Human Rights Commission was one of those institutions that were created based on the CPA recommendations, right? But its mandates were so strong that the government created one with a sole. And I give you an example. The first commission, the URE Commission, you look at the actors who were on the commission, like the chairperson, one of the URE, one of the council URE. And at that time, people felt he was not strong enough to work, and also his association with certain people in government was difficult for him to render, an impartial judgment. So there was difficulty in the selection of the commission. Some people who are spoke with said, that commission was created to fail because if you put in people and instead of speaking on behalf of people, some of the steps the commission took that time was defending when they put about settling, war crime code, access. It's something that I have been discussed today. The first person that went to defend those who were accused of committing economic crimes or human rights violation, the commission was one person that wanted to speak on their behalf. and saying that we're not appropriate for certain things to be done. We're not appropriate for people, calling for strenuous, bringing in factors that were quite strange, totally unrelated to the work of the Human Rights Commission. So then subsequently, our own too came. Did we get some government support? We got some government support. Our wages were paid. Then we did something. It was our commission then applied. We got accepted by the Global Alliance on Human Rights Organization.
Liberia.
Is he still on? No, we can't hear him, Linford. You are muted.
That commission has, we did not utilize any significant factor of the power that the commission has. Yeah. And no other commission, including the current commission, they are not being able to utilize the enormous powers that are in their hands. They are not being able to utilize them. They are not interested in utilizing them. Because of how people were, vetted, who come with, there are rules for establishing, there are rules that set that commission, who must serve on the issue of plurality or composition, who will come from diverse background. When you look at the commission, the current commission, almost everybody from the same, same region of the country, So those are things that I would say, that commission was set up to fill, because it's delivered by personal appointments. President will put people, the civil society will vet, but that vetting process has always been influenced. People want to send put on that commission so that the commission will be, like a total, bulldog, Yeah.
Wow. But
so it was set. It was established to fill, if you were to summarize, that commission was established to fill.
Well, I don't know who wants to go next.
I just got a follow up. I just want to say, just one short follow up. Anthony Wade, when you say it was set up to fail, was it that it did not have the prosecutorial powers, or was it lack of incentives provided them and security? I mean, maybe more elaborate.
Set the field in some, I've seen, you can read my, read my mind when I'm telling you. When I say unity here, most of the thing will check this institution, right? If the government want to establish a human rights commission, was it the government convention to create one? No, it was not the government to create one. It was the CPA that said, create human rights commission, create governance commission. So the checklist, you're doing it, you'll create one. Do you give them, you put all the powers there? Do you allow them to do what is enshrined in the act? Do you? No, you don't have any interest. You don't have any interest when you are the one, when you sit in the middle, you come out and put in your general house. You want the commissioner to sit up for you? When you when you are EPS man and somebody go and you're causing selling contaminated rice or expired rice, somebody go to enforce some you go and arrest them. You want the commissioner to talk about that? They talk about you are so when you establish something, you must make sure that you understand the mandate of what you have created. Or otherwise, they have no value. If a government creates an institution and does not get that institution requisite support, does not pay attention to recommendations that our institution make, then what is the essence of creating it? It's just a bluff sometimes, A lot of institutions exist. They exist because It's convenient to say we have one. It's convenient to say we have a human rights commission. It's convenient to say we have a governance commission. It's convenient to say we have anything. It's convenient. It's convenient to say, this person was giving due process in court. But is that, did the person really get due process in court? When you temper with jurors, when you temper with certain things, is that due process? So certain things, so I, in philosophy, imagine order. The lie you tell yourself, but you're not convinced with that lie. But that lie didn't help you. You want to say that lie, that lie save you face, right? When you go to sit in New York or you're in Abuja, we got human commission, we got government commission, we got this. But what work are they doing? Because if I hire you, if you were to hire me and give me a piece of job, you should be interested in doing that job, right? So that two way, who evaluates, monitors me. I'm independent. Well, if I don't do anything, even you hire me, you don't see anything interesting that I'm doing. So do you show interest in me? Do you show interest in letting me know, look, man, the work I hire you to do? Tell me the last time you have asked me. Yeah, but if you hire me, where I don't work where I get paid. So you hire me to say, what isn't the hiring me? Is my work relevant? Because if my work is relevant, if I don't do it, it's something, right? But whether I work or not, you are happy. What employer are you? If you hire me, happy, I show up to work, you happy. I don't show up to work, you are happy. So what employer are you?
Well, anybody want to follow up? Then probably I can come in.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Linford. We just before we brought you on, we were looking at one story in the Daily Observer about the newly appointed minister of Commerce, Mr. Amin Mudat. He filed to resign if he doesn't receive the support he needs or his ministry needs from the government. And you just mentioned something like that, that if the government sets up a commission or committee and the government does not support that committee, that means that committee was just set up to fail. So are you saying that this is how it's being, is that a modus operandi that some of these commissions are just set up?
I don't want to engage in hasty generalization. Ministry of Commerce have been there forever, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the cardinal government functionaries that have been there forever. They were not created as a result of some political arrangement. No, they have been there forever. But I'm just telling you, some institutions, some institutions were created. They just created them as a checklist, based on some arrangement you have, maybe from multilateral partners or some, international partners. That all they are, you could say you create them and you don't care whether they work or not. Mr. Muda is a politician. I don't want to dwell into politics.
The Muda thing.
Dwell into politics.
No, not that I'm dragging into politics, but the Muda thing, I just use it, as an example.
As an analogy,
Because from what I gathered from your expose, that the commission was set up to fail, probably because they're not receiving the kind of necessary support and stuff like that.
No. Let me say the mandate. Look at the mandate of that commission, right? Look at the recommendation of TRC. Look at the recommendations, right? In the TRC, some of them are to be implemented by that commission, right? Like, for instance, there was some recommendation in the TRC, who could not take part in government because of their participation. Who will have spoken who will have been the champion for that to promote it? Who have been the commission? You want them in the commission will have, a sitting president who don't contest the next election because the TRC recommendation says so.
Okay, but just before my colleague come in, let me put this question blank. What was those major setbacks when you served at the commission? What are those major setbacks that you can recall that you think impeded the progress of the commission?
Government are interested in it. Government wanted. One time I had one situation that was ELBC, and somebody was compelling me to condemn the act of some some journalist or somebody who wrote something. I told them, well, if the government is interested and somebody say something against them, they have too much power. They have the Ministry of Justice, they have the Ministry of Information, the President, Press Secretary, but it's not for this commission to come and condemn what people do, whether they did yellow journalism or whatever journalism they did. That's not our work. That should be left with the government. It should be left with the independent ecosystem. It should not be our work. Our work should be the reverse. If a government were to transgress the rules, arrest a journalist, for some reason, then we'll say, well, based on, some principle, you arrested a man for no good reason. It cannot be us defending that powerful institution, So part of why certain things, a lot of things that happen like violations. Who does violation? It's not the average person that will go and it's not the average person that will go and commit some human rights violation. The average person will commit crimes. The government will prosecute. If the government is prosecute, fine. Then, what if some government functionary, the armed services, police person or army person does something wrong and is not investigated? There was one incident that happened, for instance, in Tinkers Village. The young guy that was murdered in early morning, trying to, I think they were packing bricks and mob justice. He was murdered. And some good names, some names we went out up to now who were not arrested, who murdered that pool ball. Pool ball who were working on his get up quite early in the morning, packing bricks. Some mob say, they accused him of being a thief, and they killed that ball. His father, I think, Nan, what did he name? Nan was something his last name, I think what he named. And his father kept crying to us. We don't tell him to go and tell them, probably the people that were involved were powerful. And I know for sure one of them was a powerful person. Nothing happened. Yeah. We monitor prison, and we saw the conditions in the prisons. They were far below minimum standards. And we will report the condition of prison in Liberia. Check 2017 condition. I think once I've been in May of prison in Liberia. We catalog everything. Was there a big change? No. Some prisoners were in detention, basic surgery like hernia. They probably died from hernia, They could not, how much you do hernia surgery? $50. You could, take it to a government hospital like Phoebe or any other one in in a Margibi and get it done for $50. You
Okay.
see many times that you document it over and over, no actions are taken,
Okay. Just before my colleague come in, you right now we're looking at the side of the government that sets up some of these committees or commissions, and they don't even follow up to see, according to you, they don't even follow up to see whether the people are working or not. As long as it's a commission set up, that's a fine. They're taking pay, nobody cares. But you also serve in almost similar position at the United Nations. And from all judgments, the United Nations is a reputable organization. Their functionaries are in place, and they do monitor their workforce. Did you see the United Nations more effective?
How can we'll fight any day. We'll fight any day. You know the answer. You know the answer, right?
Yeah. No, but I want to hear it from you. I want to hear it from you because you work in those two organizations.
You know the answer. What ask me if you were to ask me, my name is Adolphus Wade. Then you say, what is your name?
I want to make sure. I want to make sure.
Anthony Wade. Anthony Wade.
But comparing it with our own structures, oh no way. I remember there's one guy called, we have one supervisor in South Sudan, Ken PMO. I think he's the American guy. And there was a time the SPLA, the Sudan People's Liberation Army, they always have their, you have one tribe and another tribe. Their context is like tribalism is so rare. They don't have a country, they have tribe, right? Mm-hmm. They have a country in theory, but they don't have a country in reality. Because you are more Nuel than you are South Sudanese, you are more Dinka than you are South Sudanese. So we had an incident to tell you commitment how it pays. We have some people there was a fighting between Nuel elements of the army and the Dinka. So the power, and some few thinkers went on the UN camp, right? And the government, some military guys went and requested that the UN hand them over. And this guy can't say, okay, you can kill me, but I can't hand them over. You can kill me. He stood in front of the tanks and this and that. That kind of commitment people get from the UN. Maybe they, that's commitment you can get when people working in the UN. You don't get a commitment in political arrangements. Government, that political arrangement, most people, they are very nice people in government. I must admit. A lot of people sacrifice. They came to government to offer what they could offer, offer their best. But government institutions are not as effective as private institutions, like international organizations like the UN, that have composition of diverse, nationalities. You have your two ambassadors, maybe from the US, another colleague from Uganda, colleagues from diverse part of the world, right? And who cares about who is right? Who cares about when you do something? Look, the UN has something called content and discipline unit. You will do something, and look at a report, they'll fill out my report. You do this, you commit some crime, you do some wrong, you commit, and your colleague will report it. Conduct and discipline will report you. It will report it for assessment to investigate you. You have to be lucky that it's not grave enough, or else you are gone. You are gone. You are gone. So when people, our conduct, we are human, we have law abiding people. Remember, nature has some autonomy in him. I like to wake up when I wake up. But when I have a job that tell me to come to work 8 o'clock and I'm not there, my boss fires me. What happened to you? What happens to you the next day? When you come to work? 7:40, you'll be at work, right? Mm-hmm. 7:40, you'll be at work. All of you will be at work at 7:40. But if I come to work 11 o'clock, I get paid. I do something wrong. They say, okay, to public official, you get involved in fighting girlfriend, beating people in the street or on social media. Nothing happened. Where in the world can that happen? Can you work in any public service in the UK? That I know, can you be in a public service? And they accuse you of accusing you now. There are pictures about you fighting, getting involved in fighting, even with your colleagues. When you serve in government, when the pictures of your surface, you are an official in the UK fighting somebody. When there's allegation of your corruption, bribery, when there's allegation on you of bribery, it's not normal for their society. But every society has some values, Every society has a value system.
Okay, Gatume.
We are picking it up. One day we'll grow.
Okay, Gatume, I think you got something for the counselor.
Okay, I think we're going somewhere.
I gotta get it straight. You're a lawyer. Please don't hold me in contempt. I gotta get
Anthony.
Anthony and a lawyer. I don't know. I gotta read about it.
Attorney is a junior lawyer. Counsel is a senior lawyer.
Senior lawyer. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
So, Anthony Wade, I read a document in 2015, but that document was an assessment report which was done way in 2012 by the USAID. And sorry for my background, but can you please close the door for me? Can you go there and close the door?
Guy, the quality of your line is poor. Can you put your mouth close to the mic?
Can you hear me now, Mr. Wade?
Hello. Yeah, much better.
Hello.
Much better, yeah.
Okay. So I was saying I read a document somewhere around 2015, but that document was up in 2012. It's an assessment report by USAID on human rights and governance. So they cataloged several things that brought to my mind few of the things you've mentioned. And when you check it up, they mention here, let me just run through it quickly. In section 3 of that assessment report, defending the democracy, human rights, and governance problem, there's so much the list that are just aligned with all of what you've mentioned. They talk about how government officials have people, private citizens, or they have members of their family when they violate, and they make sure that those people go with impunity. And then when you come down to where they created a chart, Mr. Wade, they have government indicators for Liberia in table 1. They have colors. Green is for 90% to 100. In the entire thing, I don't see any green, Mr. Wade. Then they have 75 to 90%, and is the percentile. I also just see, in fact, I don't see at all, it's in blue. Then yellow is 50 to 75%. I don't see. Then we have something also that I could say peach or so is 25% to 50%. That's where you have Liberia performing on voice and accountability. And you don't want to know our score. It's 40.3%. Yeah, it goes on and on. So the question is, Mr. Wade, the question is, Liberia participating in some of these UN missions and other things. Just in recent time, I got a few friends in the military, in the armed forces of Liberia, defending our country, flagging our country as well in defense and making peace outside of Liberia. We had this incident in Liberia where our soldiers were sent to other countries for peacekeeping mission, and a government official, I don't want to be precise, it could be the defense minister or the chief of staff, sits in Monrovia and receives their salary. They must come back from the mission before collecting their salary. Can you tell me if that is in accordance with some of the human rights, in accordance with peace mission?
No, that's fairly standard. It's fairly standard. I know about that. Two contributing countries get a fraction you get when you are for civilian personnel and civilian police in the UN. I think you get a fraction of your pay when on a mission and service. For military, the same thing. I think they get some. They have some. They get a fraction of their pay, like daily subsisting allowance. They get them while on a mission, and some be remitted to your country because your country provide the equipment you work with, everything you have in the country could provide, the tanks and blah blah. Technically, the UN is borrowing some of those things from your country, right? So you as a personnel, they'll give you some money for your upkeep on the mission while you're on the mission, right? So I don't know what that question is pointing to. You know, what is the question really pointing to, so I can address it. Well, I don't want to
the question is pointing to some abuse that has been happening in the military. But while we get on that, let me bring the second one, then we can just do all of them together at once.
I have a lot of respect for the military. I have a lot of respect for the military. Of all the institutions in the country, I have a lot of respect for them, to be honest. A lot of respect for them. Yeah. For the past,
okay, Mr. Wade, if you were still a commissioner, I remember the case of Inja Topa and Hans Willem. Will you have in any way agreed for Hans Willem to be pardoned?
Sorry?
Do you remember the case of Inja Topa?
There's a feedback.
Do you remember the case of Inja Topa and Hans Willems? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The question was, if you were still a commissioner, and I also want your honest opinion now, if in as much as you are not a commissioner anymore, you are an Anthony, will you have agreed for Hans Willem to be pardoned?
You are not pardoned, you are not guilty. To be pardoned means the court convicted him of a crime, and then the government giving some clemency. He was not pardoned. Hans Willem was acquitted of the charges against him. He was sent in the lower court found him guilty of the charge of murdering injured people, and he took appeal to the Supreme Court consistent with our laws, right? And on appeal, he was acquitted of the charge of murder. So that's why it is, And the court ruled, the court in reasoning say that look, the prosecution could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt all that he was charged of. So how come you acquit, he was acquitted of the charges? The lower court's ruling was reversed. Yeah.
Okay. Lucretia?
Does that action falls in some of the human rights issues that you talk about?
I'm listening.
No, I was just asking if Francis or Madam Nelson have any other question, or else I could drop in one question while they
Yeah,
okay, Francis.
Lucretia, she wants to go,
The
but
network is bad. I'm struggling to hear, so I'm okay.
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 Let me
Let me
ask.
You get it in England, you got
no
it.
let me, let me,
Now,
okay, Francis, go ahead.
Anthony Wade. This is Francis Menza again from Stockholm, Sweden. Yeah. Looking at the level of cases at the across the courts in Liberia. What do you think? What is your honest opinion on some of the results? Although the courts rulings are no superseding. So, what are some of your a particular case? Uh, it has to in terms of human rights and what abuses in Liberia. Let's see, they crack down on some of the media institutions in Liberia. What do you think? Are these legitimate cases or in terms of human rights and abuses?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I don't know of any case before the Code on Human Rights violation. I don't know of. Where we know reference the case, then we can think about it. But I don't know. It's difficult for me to sit there and say like, okay, this case are human right. But I don't know of any case. But
Let's say the roots
violation
FM.
like murder is a human right. There's a human right concerning it, right? But
The roots
human right, you go there in the charge of murder. Right? If somebody committed a crime of murder, fine. Somebody lied, somebody have been deprived of living with the right to life, right? So if I know specific, like I know about some case last year, I know of some cases that somebody was, acquitted of murder, somebody acquitted based on either the government prosecuted properly or they didn't prosecute properly, right? There's a way
a specific reference to the Roots FM station that was owned by Henry Costa. Some of the cases that were before the civil court.
And Punch FM as well.
Punch FM, something like that.
No, Punch and Roots FM. Roots FM and Punch FM.
So you know that, now. The law, power. Some people can control it, we're powerful. Sometimes the limits, when we get power, the easiest thing to get power. Controlling the limits of power is a difficult thing to balance, right? If you are president, so somebody against you want to shut them down. You will not think that your conduct will be overreaching. Many times, what are they doing? Getting somebody who acquire that they can acquire the right, the law provides I do. To acquire a frequency, you must apply for it. You must do this, you must do this. And the law also said that you must not make too difficult for what to do. Don't make it too difficult for anybody to do. That was, what our political case. Some of them were purely political. Like Costa too, one time, we heard when the Banda last his asset, the radio station arrested them and jail them. All those things were political, using raw power. Yeah, that way I can do a big man. I can do I got power more than a guy, Yeah, I'm big and bad. But those are things that are happening that we all misuse power. And it doesn't care us anyway when we misuse power that way. And you have more people. The best defense is don't make war. Right? If you have a country like if our president, you get the best armed forces in the world. If you don't make force with your neighbors, they will not make force with you. Government, if you don't overreach your power, you don't go taking people, all your adversaries, they become their rights don't exist. You don't see their rights. or do the Constitution say that all Liberians, all people, everybody that live in the country, they got a right to before the law? What their right should be accorded? On what basis do you shut down somebody for perpetual or perpetual? On what basis? Even with the code rule, you can enforce it. The code mandate, you can enforce it. You know? So those things happen because we are still yet to get used to govern properly. You know, Liberia always has strong men. It's not new. It's not something old. I have, you know, one of my older friends, I can't call his name. He used to have a good nightclub. You know, those days at Pan African Plaza. Very posh nightclub. Some big boss went there. So one day, one minister, the minister of foreign affairs, said, you know what? He went to the provider. The president saw me last and told me that it's a political place, it's a opposition and nightclb. So for the mere fact that people you perceive to be your adversaries, right? Like your political opponent, they play a good dream. That place will So our mindset power has corrupted us. And because of that, we have never learned to govern properly. You know, we behave in a way that we take away other people's rights. You know? Oh, we are getting there. We are getting there. The more people like you are on the radio to correct, being constructive. You know, the best advocacy is enlightening advocacy. I will tell people. When you go and talk, you bring something heavy. People look down on you. The more effective advocacy is enlightening advocacy. When you state the facts, you bring the event, and you tell the person, this is in violation of this. You bring them down. Whether they like you or not, they will listen to you. Whether they like you or not, they will respect you. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wade, let me add this, and I think it's in line with what my colleague Francis just asked. So, what's on the issues of pre-trial detainees? I want to believe there have been so many human rights violations, often from government to government, most especially in the area of pre-trial detainees. I wrote something way back, probably in my freshman year, and I could see that people will be sentenced for petty crimes and they will be in prison for 2-3 months, Mr. Wade, only because somebody knows somebody and that other person knows somebody who can actually use their power, in your own words, the raw way. So, do you also see human rights violations in this area?
Let me give my own example, right? Let me bring the example home to me. I was Commissioner of Human Rights and also the President of the Liberia Federation, right? You know, like in this, school. So some of my colleagues, let me tell you something, how easy it is to be in trouble. How easy it is here, the way we are structured, right? Some of my colleagues wanted me in trouble. They went and they got a writ to arrest me that I have stolen scraps. You know, our friends are you know, have a tennis, 1, 2, 3, 4 tennis courses are tennis courts at SKE. To just to vilify me, point. They went and got a writ of arrest for me that I've stolen, you know, taken the scrap, sold it, and converted to my personal use. To get a writ, you go to the magistrate. You know, cases are cognizable with the magistrate. You go and get a writ. The law says the magistrate will investigate who issued the writ, but do they always investigate? Sometimes no. I'll send them in my office, who came to me and say, look, we have people from the court to see you. I said, oh, my mind is, oh, somebody was in trouble because I'm Commissioner of Human Rights. So I went, they needed help. Well, unbeknown to me, they come to arrest me. And sure, they arrested me and came to the court. The magistrate will put me on personal bench. As powerful as I was in theory, right? That happens to people every day. I mean, ordinary every day. It happens. People abuse it. We abuse the system. Then no matter how well intelligent the system is, people abuse it. In one story, you know, even putting people behind bars. Sometimes, if I keep you behind the bars, you're behind the bars, your man will come, your uncle will come and bring money so I can free you. I know one story that I'll reference it again today. In Kakata Central Prison, one time we went to monitor there. I saw 2 young boys who stole a chicken from their man. their big brother got bad. Listen now, their big brother got bad and get them to G, they were in G. If they G, then I came to bed because they know, they were in jail for like a week or more for stealing the chicken. I'm not condoning the theft of chicken, guys, man. I'm not condoning the theft. But when you keep a child, young person in jail for stealing chicken,
from the border,
what's chicken when we grow up, we never eat it, we never did it. No, they were in jail for more than for 3 weeks or so. So I went to the magistrate, we told him to freedom. We intervened and he listened, changed his mind. It was true. The average poor person suffer more from the justice system. You know that now in Liberia, the Western countries, the average poor person, we all believe the idiot statement that all men are equal before the law. Be happy. We are equal. We're not equal. In theory, yeah, they would say all those things. Well, what if to get a bill, if your income category of $100, let's say if you make $100 more, $150 more, you are inserting, you commit certain, offense or the charge of certain offense. You need bond. Insurance bond, right? You can get insurance bond. Criminal appearance bond. You have to file it. Any money to file it, you have to go to the insurance company to file it to get a criminal appearance bond. Right? Or the judge can say, look, one person reconnaissance that can free the man, they will free you. Or who they will free? Shoot myself. That means to file an insurance bond.
Time is becoming out. Yeah, but
so can I come in?
Linford, let me leave one thing quick again with Anthony before my other colleagues can come in. Mr. Wade,
is it a question or you just want to?
It's also a question. I want to reference the story and ask a question quick. So, Mr. Wade, a member of government, sorry, Lord Chiloplet, a member of government who was the head of the International Maritime Organization, our own country, came from Liberia and faced justice in one of the Asian countries. What picture do you think that sends for Liberia to the international world? He was charged, I think they were sentenced on rape charges or so.
The video sent to the war. All he says that he was an individual that committed a crime and they were 2 individuals that committed a crime and they were arrested. They didn't have anything to do with me because I went to school in England and lived there. Nobody arrested me for raping people. I didn't rape anybody. When Paul rapes tomorrow, they'll say, Paul, you not see like people that live in England and who are rapists or whatever. When you rape in Germany, they'll grab you and put you somewhere and are you the one, right? But it's bad, yes, it's bad because it tells us that, let me end our job being a little joke, but it's serious, Mr. Tumi. It tells us that we should be very selective, meticulous in who we put in government. To be minister, to be director, they're not small job. I think that if you're young, don't do it. But I mean, the project comes with a lot of responsibility. You must have some training in diplomacy. I'll urge our government, I'll urge the government, even our current government, before they deploy you overseas to go and represent Liberia, you want some diplomatic etiquette where you can frequent your life. Because when you are caught in sex in the country, I downplay it because I didn't want it bring the country reputation, in the disrepute, right? So it's an advice to all of us. People in position who have some understanding of what the world looks like. You can't go to the next class and say, see woman, put your hair on them. You are a different mind doing that. So you see woman, you put your hair on them. Calling people by inappropriate names, being bearing on people. Don't do that. You can be a different man and be accused of rape. It happens in the world,
but the good thing is what you said, that if anybody went, even though working for the Liberian government, but you went out there and you did something, you are an individual who will arrest you.
Yeah, I can't
arrest the entire country. But so, Paul, you want to come in?
Yeah. Let me come in. I've been following the show, and to my brother, this is the Lord Chilupe from London. How are you, sir?
Hey, my Lord, how are you?
I'm all right. It's good. It's good being on the show, man. Yeah. I got a
Hello,
question.
Paul.
I got a concern, and my concern is have to do with the central prison of Monrovia that is overcrowded. Isn't that human right abuse of those people that are in those prisons?
Of course, you know. Of course. Paul, when you go to that place, look, this scabies, Paul, it's terrible. You know what you can call it? How do you call it, man? The scabies is widespread. People are overcrowded.
Croc
That
croc.
facility was built for like 370 persons, right?
They call you croc croc.
Sorry?
Croc croc.
Hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah, that facility was built for like 370 persons. Today you have anywhere between 1,000 and 1,003 on average for the past 45 to 50 years or so. You have almost 1,000 to 1,300. Most of the people are pre-trial detainees, right? I mean, they are still waiting their day in court, but meanwhile they are in jail. The law provides for that. Well, it's grossly overcrowded. The law says, look, government, for the mere fact that you have seized this person's liberty, you are not seizing that person's liberty to punish them. That seizing their liberty alone is a punishment. But their being there should not be a punishment. What do I mean to say? If the person go to eat 2 times a day, get them food to eat 2 times a day. Don't deprive them of food. If a human being is going to sleep on a bed, comfortable bed, get them a comfortable bed. Because you are seizing their liberty, they can't see their girlfriend, they can't do any commercial, they can't engage in any commercial work, they can't see anybody they want to see. So being there is a tough punishment. Do not create any other thing that is a punishment for them. It's violation for most of it. It's overcrowded. Overcrowded is an understatement. Yeah, being redundant to say overcrowded. Yeah, it's overcrowded.
So what would be the recommendation to the government to do something?
Let me tell you something. If you look at our report in 2017, we listed those reasons, the causes of that overcrowding. And I said one of them, because I wrote that report. I said one of them. I said, look, rent-seeking behavior in the judiciary, like corruption in the judiciary. If I jail you, you come by, you pay me, you get out, you pay money, right? Right?
Yeah.
And also we say, look, every code, everything go to code. Every case, no intimate, every code, thing go to code. Minor offenses, we can distinguish minor offenses from major offenses. Some people you can say, look, come to court all the time, come to court all the time. Even if it's not something that threatens people's life or, you can say, like what you can do in the West, you go to court and say, come, minor, they'll say, well, yeah, this is why it is, we have to advocate it will change, and hopefully that it will change.
How? Hopefully that it will change, and we pray that it's changed, because the place is, if you go there, the condition is unbearable to see. Just to see people over there is just.
Of course, the kind of heat that we're having in Liberia. It's so humid. Even my one in the apartment, in my current apartment now, because I live all the way in Dwazo. I didn't have pleasure. I got AC, it's so hot. Imagine putting 20 people or 30 people in one cell. What are you doing to them? You're not killing them? They'll be so trained technologically. Yeah. I know when people commit crime, they should be beyond bad. I advocate it. But it's only we're not too poor to have good prison bill. We're not too poor to build prison because we're not poor to commit crime. So you prepare, you plan for it. We're gonna come in that everything always will be the same.
Yes.
Something that prison being like that. We never thought that there will be an increment in the population. We didn't think that there will be, a surge in crimes because our population increases. It's very likely that, maybe crime will increase a little bit. Yeah. So how come we can think that low? We can do it better, And we have the money. Yes, I think we have the money. If we just reduce our consumption of luxury things, we can have. If we just pay ourselves a very, adequate wage, but now wasteful wage. We can make it. We can do it.
They actually say you want to go political.
I want to follow up with the prison situation. I know as a human rights lawyer that this issue that been hanging over Liberia, this cloud been over us for the past 40 years since the Liberia Civil War. The War and Economic Crown Court to be established in Liberia that the Americans have money to put in. And we're talking about prison. What would be your take on this regards to that? Because we have people who committed heinous crimes moving about in Liberia, and today they are the lawmakers. What would be your take? Where something that you welcome?
To create a war, economic crime code, Liberia need to create it. The code can be posted anywhere in the world. So that's not an issue that we have crowded prison induction. That should not be an issue that you establish the war economic crime code. Are you asking me my opinion on the war economic crime code? Is all you asking me?
I'm asking your opinion and also the money that is involved, because that money could also help to build a new prison that will reduce those.
Okay. So if you quantify people there, you worry about money when people who have gruesomely killed, or those who try those who kill them, you do concern about money.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the people that are in central prison, that they could build another prison facility to reduce that number in central prison because the money is available. And I also concerned.
Government can always negotiate, right? So
right.
If the government, if friendly governments are willing to support the war crimes code, you can say, okay, someone's going to the war crime code. It can also help us build a prison in Liberia. Maybe they will listen to you. Yeah, they will listen to you. Always in diplomacy, people can always get something. You always get something. From your counterparts. Yeah. But my position on the war crime code is crystal clear. I support it. Great. And you, me, who are living today, those people who died in 1998, they didn't ask you that when I'm going to talk, you forgive the people that killed them. They didn't ask you to do that. They never tell you. All the people that died in 1998, they did. People talk on my behalf. Same when they are dying, nobody saw me, nobody heard me. Telling the government what they want to do to the person who killed me, to my killer, you guys, you be the one to talk on my behalf. Did anybody talk to you? That you God, you power attorney that they didn't all the people that killed me. Tell the government to forgive them. Did anybody tell you that?
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
Anybody on the panel? Anybody tell you? Anybody?
No. Those people did not even have the right to defend themselves. But the people who we suspect, or who the TRC has recommended that they should go and explain, will have their own time to even have witnesses and to explain. But those people who died did not have the time to explain. I've always said that. But let me ask you this question. Time is against us. Let me ask you this question. When you were working at a commission, the Human Rights Commission, what was that one thing that you wanted to achieve that you didn't achieve, probably because of lack of support or lack of anything that would have improved your job, but you didn't have it? What was that one thing you wanted to achieve that you didn't achieve?
Well, the most salient thing that I wanted to achieve that I could not achieve was doing just small things that would make us better people, right? Like, for instance, organizing human rights. We saw the concept. I don't want to talk about big things, but small things like organizing human rights clubs in school, making it attractive, getting it, like government putting in the curriculum, that didn't need too much money. It just needed some will to say, look, they're not putting the curriculum so that people talk more about it. Basic things that have a lot of relevance, basically like that. Could not be done, you can't get when you put it, and I say, okay, we hear it out, and some people to talk a bit loud, the only thing you get to bring on the table, but we should never underestimate the power of respecting other people. If you have any society, for you to be cohesive, people must learn to respect other people's rights. It may sound as trivial as it is, but you can see because for many years now, people think, when big man does something to you, even kind of accident now, the pedestrian is the victim is a poor person. The family will come and bring your car. So you see, because they don't trust, they just think that anything somebody who is affluent in society does, nobody punishes them, right? So if we are engaging in schools, if we had done that, that project wouldn't do it. If we had done that, human rights in schools, we just done basic things like that. The trickle down effect will have had. A child going out, finishing high school, we very much educated, some basic things. Why you could do, why as a human being, why you cannot do. He need to respect authority, respect even the school authorities, So those things, they are little, but they matter. Small things like that. I don't want the big ones.
Okay, finally from our side. This thing is very prevalent in Liberia now. That is mob justice. Every time we wake up, you open the internet, you see they beating somebody or they have killed somebody because they suspected him to be a thief. I watched a video recently where they took this young man. He was lucky; they didn't kill him, but they put him in the ends. This ends, and they told him to rub the ends over himself. Yeah. So what? Well, I don't know how to frame the question because it's so disturbing. When you were working at the Human Rights Commission and such thing happened, what would you have done? I mean, to
So we investigate, and for us, report will be specific, right? We name the actors and they will know them. We're not putting their name in the report. But we'll do confidential report. We'll go to the police, send it to the government, the president, the judiciary, and mainly we need to report to the president of government, yeah. All our report went to the judiciary, to the executive, and the legislature, yeah. So mob justice is a cancer. This time now, we're forgetting too much about, we're forgetting a bit about it because we got something bigger than mob justice. Push, substance abuse in Liberia, is now bigger than mob justice, right? I think we move. I think we got. Oh yeah. Substance abuse now is getting even bigger than mob justice. But to be honest, mob justice is just one of those things that if you're a human being, you can't feel comfortable discussing it because there is no sense whatsoever. And the last victim of mob justice I know about is the woman on the internet, the poor woman.
Yes.
There was an old lady who they call witch.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah, we saw it.
And they battle her to death, right?
I must still have more life to live. But just like in her 60s.
The woman they accused of theft in the market and the molester, that story?
Yeah, we saw. We got video for all those things.
So, and they have the video, the good thing, there is video evidence. We urge the government in that list, arrest those who are people accountable for shots uncivilized, barbaric, or acts. Hold them accountable. Anybody found that video now, molested that woman, I don't know how many people have been arrested. And the witchcraft are flying, destroying their community. Those witches that will see her, all those are in that video molesting that woman. The government should make them, should hold them accountable. That is.
But why is the government is muted? That's some of the thing. No one say anything, and it continues to happen until people can be accountable for their actions.
How come you saw it?
It's just a sad thing, to be honest with you.
Well, guys, actually, our time is over. And we started this show with difficulty from the start with our guests, and then
it was difficult.
Yeah, so our time is over, and our guests, we don't want to hold in any longer.
Thank you, Mattia.
It was good having you. Even with the difficulty, we managed to find a solution to the problem. That means there is no problem on earth that cannot be solved as long as you have the willpower. As long as you have, so all of these things we're talking about, about mob justice, about people disregarding the rights of other people. If we have the willpower, we can make it happen. But it boils down to people in authority, because here where I live, we abide by law, and even I had an incident with some even government authorities, and they were trying to press me to the wall. And I asked a guy, I said, you know that we abide by law here. I asked him, do you drive to work? He said, yeah. I said, okay. since the police say we should not run, even if you're running, they say assisted zone, and you're running in assisted zone, and you saw the police right in the next car, what will be your first reaction? It will be the brake. Whether you're running system, but I'll leave you a brake because you know the police. Even if that was an all broken down police car, but the fact that it's on the police, you will take precaution. But again, in a country like Liberia where there is no law and order, almost I can say the laws are there.
No, don't say absolute terms.
No, the laws are there.
Not in absolute terms.
Yeah, but the laws are there, but it's not being enforced.
It may not be as effective as anything else. But no society where there's no law and order.
No, there is law. Okay, I'll take it back. But I'll say the laws are there, but it's not being enforced.
It's all together,
Okay.
Because you have people, where I live, most people better. I live there, right?
Yeah.
Where your parents where they live here today.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Please wait. Let me ask one question. Let me ask one question. So, are you satisfied with the law enforcement in the country?
I'm not 100% satisfied, but I'm a little bit content.
Okay.
Like you say,
there's
no law and order there, then you're talking about the state of nature, right?
Yeah.
We're not making the state of nature in Liberia. Yeah, we have some order. It may not be as effective as it is. But to say that there's no rule of law, no this and that, for me as a lawyer, I can't be saying that there is no fact behind that. We may have challenges, yes. What we can fight for is to fight, it could be challenges that we have. But to put it absolutely that there's no rule of law in Liberia, no, they're not really good at. How the people that invite you, they choose to be there, and I don't choose to be there. We drive it.
Okay, I do want us to drag a conversation
now.
Because,
all the people I want,
yeah.
The people I want to find in case somebody to die. You think it will be? Yeah, sure, they can because there will be some.
Actually, wait. I would have loved to have you on a one-on-one show where we can do the debate because
I don't mind.
Yeah, you as a lawyer, you as a lawyer. When I say there is no rule of law in Liberia, and you say, oh no, but then why is it that you got people lingering in jail on pre-trial detention for more than 4 or 5 years?
Let me tell you a factor behind that, and also there are recommendation. The government is telling you, if you say if you cannot prosecute somebody for 2 terms, consecutive terms, free them. Why they better commit murder? And I know 2 cases like that. One EPS guy killed somebody, and they didn't prosecute him for 2 terms, they free him. Yeah. Another person again, they say the government could not prosecute. Why the government? If I'm a powerful person in the government, my relative committed a murder, and I know 2 consecutive terms, they didn't prosecute him, he will be free. What will do? I will not be the person that prosecute him, and so he will be free.
But you the lawyers, what are you doing?
Well, it's now.
When I say you, I'm not talking to you in particular. I'm generalizing all of you lawyers.
One thing you learn that the wheels of justice turn slowly. Maybe you all know that more people are committing crimes than them before. Like you look at in Grand Crew, right? In Grand Crew, you don't have 1,000, you don't have 100 cases in court per term. In maybe Bakuru, you don't have 500 cases, you don't have 100 cases per term. Similar, but Monserrato, don't be counted. Monserrato, Mangibi, Bong, Nimba, there are challenges because the wheels of justice turn slowly. They are sure they're slow. Current trial, the procedure has to be followed. Or else the whole trial will be wrong, and the person will take appeal to bring it back. So the government, they also constrain. They have a lot of constraints in prosecuting. Yeah. So I understand the ramification because working, where I went before in my current work, you see that one trial, and not one day, some trial can take 2 months. Yeah, and a lot of people involved in one trial. So there's one judge sitting there in criminal court A or so. That one judge, that one judge will be sitting, one judge will be sitting. One case, you're not going to say one case at one day. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. It will be easy.
Okay.
One case, not one day.
Okay. Guys, I think we've kept our case for long, and we ourselves we have engagements as well, so we have to go. But I don't know if you guys want to take at least 1 second to just give your final word to the guest, and then he can also give his final word. And then So we start with Madam Lucretia Nelson. I let her give women the first place all the time.
Oh well, thanks for the night. It was such a great topic and such a huge one because when you talk about human rights, there's so many issues of human rights going on, violation of human rights going on in Liberia. Take for example, domestic abuse, sexual abuse, and mob justice. So much is on the increase. Even the places in which our people kept is below the international standard.
Who's phone ringing?
Who's ringing?
Yeah, Angie, are you there? Lucretia, are you there?
Who's that?
Hello?
It's not your phone.
Yeah,
I didn't get all your. I lost you for some time, bro. Yeah, I heard you got a lot of concerns and everything we have, and the best way out is enlightened advocacy. When you hear something, read about it, get all the facts, and then you raise it out with the relevant authorities. Raise it out in a way that you're not confrontational, but you're not also backing, right? You are sharing a right. So enlightened advocacy is the key.
Okay, so as I was saying, I think maybe back home we need to educate our people more because, like in the UK, from a young age, from early age, the children are being educated to know their rights. And back home, we need to do the same thing because our human rights record back in Liberia is very, very low. So I just hope that our people take it and we can see how we can move forward because at times Liberians don't really know about even giving someone the private space, what they call give me my space, I need my space. Liberians or some of them don't even know that. So we just need to keep talking, keep educating our people. But it was such a very good topic tonight, and we just want to thank the attorney, say thank you to everybody, and I'm quite sure some of us, especially for me in my field of social work, to safeguard, to protect people and things, because these are some of the things we do. How can we protect people and to respect everyone, human rights? So just want to say thank you tonight. I enjoyed the time.
Okay. Who wants to go next? Francis?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can go, guy.
Yeah, go.
Okay, Mr. Wade, I want to say thank you for coming on, and I want to say thanks also for providing all of the necessary information you provided. Thanks to all of my colleagues here for supporting and giving your thoughts and questions to everything. Yeah, I think it was a fruitful day for us, and yeah, we've gotten sufficiently from the Anthony, and hopefully, I hope to see you here again, Mr. Wade. Have a nice day.
My pleasure. I'll see you too, buddy.
Francis?
Yeah, Anthony Wade, it's been a pleasure, having you tonight. I don't know if you were there to the Wades from Stephen Tower Estate. I mean,
my family is only waiting Liberia. And I'm waiting Liberia. My family is only waiting Liberia from all the time I live in Liberia. Anybody I know that had a name Wade had to be my family.
All right. But anyway, it was a pleasure being in your presence tonight and talking the issues that affect our country. And I hope we'll have time again to discuss the human rights issue where you talk about in schools, because we need to discuss the pros and cons. If our society is ready for that, right now, because in the Western country society we have these things are taught in schools. They are taught. They are lived. They're been taught they are being lived. They are being practiced. So it will be a topic for another discussion. discussing the pros and cons in Liberia. Human rights been taught in school. So I just want to thank you guys again. Hope to see you here soon. And thanks to my colleague Paul and Lynn for a great show tonight.
Yeah.
My pleasure, boss. My pleasure.
The Lord shall play.
To my great friend, it's good to have you on the program. The internet did let us down, but we're looking forward to seeing you another time that we can have a fruitful discussion on this program.
Man, I'll be in August, man. I'll visit you guys.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll be here. Yeah,
And
so
I'll go to the shoot where the pubs like, man.
yes. Okay. Well, it's good. It's good you're on the show. I mean, Ifa.
Okay. Thank you very much, Anthony Wade, and we hope to have you here again. Like my colleague said, what we do here is to educate our people. And when you mention the word education in schools, especially about human rights, I think it's very important. And when we look at most of the mob justice taking place in Liberia, I've not seen people in their 50s and 60s being really involved. It's these young people, and because they don't know. Yeah, they don't know. So all they know is the man they don't even know the law. Whether it's if I caught somebody in my bedroom stealing, that I have to call the police on this man. Even though I saw the item in his hand, he's not guilty until proven guilty. They don't know. All they know is see one guy passing behind the hall. He say, "Oh my man, what you doing here? Oh my man, you string here. Who know you?" They start beating the man. So if they begin to teach some of these things in school, I think it will be good. And sometimes the Western world when we say women get sense. It's not that women get sense more than all, but they look at all these things, the implications, and then they try to teach. My son, 5 years old, the boy and myself driving 3 hour distance. People tell me, I know people tell me. I say, don't get down the highway. The boss time people. The boy tell me no. I say, wow. They say, but that people need push. My man, I will born you and me and you get most and more than friend. That picking that one. Yeah, that begin that people, and I'll force a whole lot of people until the nearest gas station, which was something like 15 minutes away from us. So you see, when you start teaching these things in schools, I think children will learn it. It will be not that other people smarter than us, but because our authorities do not look at some of these things.
Look, I'm supposed to go, but it's not only teaching. It's the application. It's how you live it.
Yes.
We got other things they've been taught in school, but do we live it? No. I'll be victim of it myself. Banana peel in Liberia, eating banana in my hand. I'm looking for the nearest trash can. Who go in 5 6 minutes? Can't make it to it down. I said no. I think yes. So you get you get cultivated to the changes. So
That's it.
Yeah.
So I think that was a very good recommendation, and those of you in the human rights field, I think you should continue to push these things. If you push it to central government and government is not taking it, you look for one lawmaker who can kind of sponsor or build towards that, because that will help to redeem our young people and the current generation we have, or even the generation to come. But again, it was good to have you. We know all of the difficulties, and we kept you. You came from job, and we kept you all this time. But we thank you for your time, because this is nation building, and this you spoke about commitment when you work at the UN, where you saw a guy lie down before the tanker, the military man tanker, and said, "Kill me instead of me giving you this person." So that's the same commitment that you've done tonight. To spend the time with us when you should be home. So I want to say thank you, and we hope whenever you have the opportunity, we can have another discussion again.
I look forward to joining you guys. My pleasure. Thank you so much. You have been so kind to me too. Have a very good night, and I wish you well. Cheers.
Okay. So, guys, I think we do need to spend more time here, because everything is said and done, and our viewers are very important to us. Without you, we cannot be here. So, all the time you spend with us, we want to say thank you. We got a few people who join us later, like let me see, Ernest Waiko, Meshach Vami, Omaru Dumuya, Mbayo Junior Sir, yeah, he was here a few days ago, and Angeline King, Ambassador Angeline King. So you see, that's it, guys. I don't know, Paul and Francis, if you have anything more to say.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for the show, guys, and thanks to our viewers. We see you guys on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Oh, today is Friday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, today is Friday. So, Paul,
yeah,
you want to take us?
Well, thanks to our viewers, the program was good. Listen, just that the internet have let us down again. It's Liberia, but I think the discussion was fruitful, and it's something that will bring the Anthony back here one day to have another discussion on this. So on that note, I would say, well, it was great being here, and to our audience, thanks them for being with us all the time, and those watching us from Jala TV, also the bottom line YouTube, the people who on YouTube to say, well, thanks for being with us. So there's a little thing you said you gotta live by the soil, and what this most beautiful thing that I always close the program with, and I'll let it flow. So I'll leave this thing to say Liberian, this a gospel music, listen to it and end this, send us home. Good night.
You see, unnecessary sleepy on duty. While patients are crying, they having conversation. While patients are dying, they busy chatting on Facebook. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward. VIP, I want to hear you, VIP. Other instructors, listen to me. You make the test hard for the students to fail. You give it grace to the student because of money. You give it grace to the student to sleep with them. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward. Oh, my bosses, listen to me. The women who are coming in your office to find job.
Facebook, do I have any copyright to this show?
Nothing for road, one day for master. Anything you